1 year on. This editorial addresses the performance of PM Shehbaz Sharif's government after 1 year. What has been the record of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's government as it completes 1 year in power? Record means the achievements or failures of the government. Completes 1 year in power refers to finishing 1 year in office. While the ruling coalition claims many achievements, this is not reflected in how the public rates its performance. Ruling coalition means the group of political parties in power. Not reflected in how the public rates its performance means people's opinions do not match government claims. An Ipsos opinion survey in December found almost 80% of people believed the country was going in the wrong direction. Opinion survey refers to a poll measuring public views. Wrong direction means a worsening situation. Sharif's governance has in fact been underwhelming, with several of the country's challenges yet to be tackled and political stability still elusive. Governance means administration. Underwhelming means disappointing. Challenges yet to be tackled means unresolved problems. Political stability still elusive means the government has not achieved stability. Political legitimacy and governance. A disputed general election cast a shadow over the Sharif government from the outset of its tenure and denuded it of legitimacy. Disputed general election means controversial polls. Cast a shadow means negatively affected. From the outset means from the beginning. Denuded it of legitimacy means weakened its credibility. The election produced a hung parliament and fragmented mandate. Hung parliament means no party had an outright majority. Fragmented mandate means divided public support. Imran Khan's PTI won a plurality of seats to emerge as the single largest bloc in parliament. Plurality of seats means the highest number, but not a majority. Single largest bloc refers to the biggest party in parliament. But it was PMLN and allies backed by the establishment that formed the government, supported by the PPP. Backed by the establishment means supported by powerful institutions. Formed the government means took power. PMLN's lack of a majority and consequent lack of self-confidence increased its dependence on the establishment, which it also needed to counter Khan and PTI. Lack of a majority means no outright control. Dependence on the establishment means reliance on powerful institutions. Counter Khan and PTI means oppose their influence. Indeed, the glue that held coalition members and the establishment together was their shared hostility to Khan. Glue that held together means the common factor. Shared hostility means mutual opposition. Civil-military relations. This paved the way for the military to acquire the most extensive role yet in a civilian setup. Pave the way means created an opportunity. Acquire the most extensive role means gain significant power. The post-2018 hybrid governing arrangement transformed into one in which the military became directly involved in many more spheres of governance, including the economy. Hybrid governing arrangement means a mix of civilian and military influence. Directly involved means actively participating. Spheres of governance refers to different areas of administration. This was unprecedented even by the standards of Pakistan's history of military influence over civilian governments. Unprecedented means never seen before. Standards of Pakistan's history refers to past patterns of military involvement. Sharif seemed happy to cede more space to the military leadership. Cede more space means give more power. This contributed to a decisive shift in the civil-military balance to the latter's advantage. Decisive shift means a major change. To the latter's advantage means in favor of the military. Political confrontations. Countering PTI proved far from easy for the government. Proved far from easy means was very difficult. Frequent street protests by PTI and disruptions of parliamentary proceedings kept the government unsettled and preoccupied with confrontations with the opposition. Street protests means public demonstrations. Disruptions of parliamentary proceedings means disturbances in legislative sessions. Preoccupied with confrontations means focused on conflicts. May 9th and November 26th saw violent street clashes with the two sides adopting sharply conflicting narratives on what happened. Violent street clashes means aggressive protests. Sharply conflicting narratives means very different versions of events. If the government was unable to dent Khan's popularity by instituting legal cases against him, PTI was unable to pressure the ruling coalition to free Khan, jailed since August 2023, and meet its other demands. Dent Khan's popularity means reduce his public support. Instituting legal cases means filing lawsuits. Pressure the ruling coalition means force the government to act. Unable to fix the Khan problem, the government increasingly resorted to repressive measures and crackdowns on the opposition. Resorted to repressive measures means used harsh tactics. Crackdowns on the opposition means suppressing rival political groups. This pushed Pakistan in a more authoritarian direction. Authoritarian direction means towards a stricter, less democratic rule. Judicial and media control. Increasing autocratization of the country under Sharif was reflected in a slew of government actions. Autocratization means centralization of power. Slew of government actions means multiple decisions. The most consequential was the 26th Constitutional Amendment. Most consequential means most significant. This struck a blow to judicial independence by making the judiciary subservient to the executive. Struck a blow means weakened. Judicial independence means the court's ability to act freely. Subservient to the executive means controlled by the government. The government's manipulation of the higher judiciary sowed unprecedented division among judges and triggered protests by lawyers in the opposition. Manipulation means control for political purposes. Sowed unprecedented division means caused new conflicts. The Sharif government treated parliament as a rubber stamp and also sought to stifle the freedom of expression. Rubber stamp means